All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about Boosteroid again. I've been trying to put out more content on YouTube, but YouTube is just yeah. Between that and fighting health stuff, this last year, it's just YouTube has been rough, man. It's been rough. Anyways, Boosteroid's doing another cool little promo. In the spirit of the holidays and well, all the holidays. I love when they do stuff like this, but essentially you can get pro for 4 months at a pretty reasonable price. You do the conversion where you live. I think it's like normally like $14 or $15 a month. I want to say I want to dox myself because I'm pretty sure I'm logged in from playing. Yeah, okay. You can see their prices. Okay. So, not a bad deal. You essentially get Ultra Pro for Ultra prices. And they do have other subscriptions, right? Essentially, you get a 4K, up to 4K 120 gaming machine. In the cloud. If you don't know what Boosteroid is, it's cloud gaming. Think GeForce Now, think Xbox cloud gaming, but on steroids. It's way cheaper than GeForce. It's unlimited playtime. You also right now, if you get in on this deal, you are locked in to that price, and you grow as they grow, right? So if they update services, if they update hardware, you get the update, which is just crazy, man. You get a couple extra little perks for the pro. If you're an avid cloud gamer, if you use cloud gaming as your primary, highly recommend pro. I have a 5090 to 99 50X build amongst other PCs, so Ultra is a good spot for me. However, I still use this a lot. They're working on bringing AV1 encoding to everywhere on their platform. So that's really cool. So that means lower bit rate, lower internet cost for higher quality. Yeah, essentially this is what you're getting right here. It's kind of a custom 7900 XT. Currently, that's their current stuff. They're working with partners and other people all the time to bring new tech and new ways to do this, new ways to play it. If you do the math, it's cheaper than running a gaming PC on your electric bill. I'm not even joking. I have other videos about that. Anyways, go check it out. For the price, there'll be links down in the description. Shout them out on social media. Let them know Daddy Love Guru is in you. But for the price, you want to play games like Where Winds Meet, 4K Ultra, 120 FPS, or whatever device you're playing on. Fire Stick, your phone, tablet. And you don't want to play the mobile version. You want to play the PS5 or PC version, which is even better. Then yeah, get this for like $9 a month, and you can play in 4K. They added some new games, as they always do. They know about Arc Raiders. They're looking into it. I know you want to know about it. But yeah, all your major stuff is here. Game Pass games, like Game Pass Ultimate and this combined, plus all the free-to-play games that exist on those platforms, Steam and Epic. Like, you have an insane library in your pocket wherever you go, with some sort of data connection. Like, it's just I don't even know why you'd buy a handheld at this point, because you can get a controller, a tablet, or a controller in your phone and have an insane handheld for way cheaper than spending $1,000 on what you essentially have to stream Xbox Cloud at low resolution, low graphic settings anyways to play your Xbox games. Where here, you can play them on Ultra at 4K. So, go check it out. If you got any questions, hop into their help center. You can ask somebody help over here, talk to a real person. Tons and tons of information on the subscription and FAQs. Yeah. Plenty of videos to go watch as well. We're going to fire up some Dying Light. in the app, because we don't use the app like ever. I like hardly ever use the app because the browser is just super easy and convenient for me. I have multiple monitors. However, I just updated the app, so let's see how the app goes. Let's see how it runs. Playing with the Game Sir Cyclone 2 controller wirelessly. If you're worried about latency, don't be. They have great algorithms. Essentially, this is a step above like an Elite or the DualSense Pro controller in every single way with latency and like response. So it's like ultra fast. That being said, where I notice it in massive gains on PC, if you play this on your phone or another device, this Boosteroid service in a game, it's like using a regular Xbox or PS5 controller. Like you really don't notice the difference if you're used to that. However, if you use high-end controllers on PC, you will notice it for like 10 minutes. And then you don't notice it anymore because it's just insane. It's just banana. I think this got confused on the server I was on because I was just in this, so it didn't auto boot it. You probably won't run into that. Some of us partnered accounts are a little different on, we basically get like all the services, but not under the same subscription plan. So it can be a little confusing when watching some of our videos. And not everybody does this, but I like to keep it raw, you know, show you what we're working with, as they say. But honestly, I do, kids. I don't want there to be any like confusion. Compiling the shaders again. So this is H.265, the older codec. If you don't understand that stuff, basically all you need to know is older is not as good as newer, which is AV1. AV1 is just better. It means you need less bandwidth for higher quality. Well, you're like, but what does that mean? Well, higher quality means the transferred video quality of over the internet from basically the server to your screen, on like how clear it'll be, how fast it moves, the responsiveness. Essentially, AV1's new technology that's open. It just takes a while to get converted because it's not cheap, and you know, it's one of those things where it will save companies in the long run, and you, if you have data caps. But it's not an industry standard yet because these ISPs suck.
Where the Baron is experimenting on Chimera.
And ISPs is usually where people have problems with this service. Any cloud gaming. And you can have like no problem on GeForce, but have problems with Boosteroid because they're just protocols and things are handled differently. They're not the same. And, you know, Boosteroid and these companies realize that, and they're trying to work on this stuff, but it just takes time. It's really fast tech that's evolving and doing crazy stuff. This is insane. Okay, just to be clear, just to be super clear here. Okay, we are 4K. Okay, high quality settings. Okay. We're on the wrong upscaler for whatever reason. Okay. Frame gen is off. I'm not super in love with FSR3 after having a 5090, but I digress. At least you still get it. Okay. Now, this is using 70-80 megs download, okay, to basically do this. With 22 latency, which is freaking bananas. I don't notice. I honestly I don't really notice any latency in the controller, but this is insane. You all need to understand how just crazy it is to run this game 4K, basically ultra,
There should be a safe zone nearby on your route.
through the cloud.
It can still be used.
Like this hurts my 5090. And this is without frame gen, okay? We're just running FSR. Frame gen is outdated on this game, like it is many games, and there's a huge latency problem with it. But that just comes down to the game. I'm telling you, playing this on your big screen, your Fire Stick plugged into your TV or a projector, or on your Fold, your tablet. Like I play this on my Fold 7. This is incredible. That's so long. This is just nuts, man. God, look at the lighting in this game. And this is an old engine. Okay, so 120 bit rates open. Oh, you can also like stream to YouTube and stuff with this service. Okay, we're gonna just end this. We're gonna end it back home. Okay, hope we have time for this. This video is like way long, I know. Close that. Close it. Bam, boom, bam. For AV1, you have to go into your account and scroll down to the bottom right and turn it on. And we'll make sure mine's on. Because it still is a feature they're building out. Is it gonna let me dual login? Probably not. Maybe. No. Okay, it is on. Okay. Launch it anyways. See, I should have closed it on that, but it didn't. I kind of hope we don't run over in time in this video. We probably will, because I'm really bad about doing this all the time. No automatic bitrate, because we're going to do 40, because it should be in AV1. Yeah. And look at this. Look at this. It looks even better. Holy crap. Oh god, the response is like way better in AV1. Oh my goodness. Ah. Actually the buffer's down a little bit. Oh, I probably have NVIDIA's smoothing on, so it's picking up on the browser. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I can kind of tell this runs way better, but it needs a little bit better it needs a little bit more bitrate. Yeah, I said it. It needs more bitrate if you're paying attention, Boosteroid. Anyways, as you can see how fast I did that, and you can turn that off and go back to H.265 on the browser as well and get a better picture. I think that's going to determine some of the protocols and algorithms per game, and that's why it's hard to like just map it all over, as I've played with other services and streaming services. But $9 a month for a supercomputer, you just do it.